Some episodes may contain graphic content or sensitive topics, while all episodes will consistently feature offensive language and absurd speculations from two opinionated women on a spiritual journey just trying to figure shit out. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Heather, and I'm here today with my co-host Sharon.
Hello.
Welcome to Hexhaven. So I went on www.astro.com.
Mm-hmm. Not Astros, because that's a baseball team.
Oh.
I've done that so many times trying to
not plural.
access it.
Yeah.
It's not Astros.com. It's just Astro.
So I went on there after your episode and put in my information and got my birth chart.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of information to analyze.
Yeah.
Just looking at the wheel itself.
Oh, God. It's so overwhelming to look at.
And all the symbols, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
I
still don't know, what the majority of those symbols mean.
I was able to print out, a key.
Okay.
I had it here. Or maybe not. Or maybe I found a key in that book. Because you had the book. Yeah, I bought a copy of the books to go through. But maybe I found it in there. But yeah, a lot of it identifies the symbols in the book, but I still don't know what they mean.
Right.
I can honestly tell you, if someone for a living reads your astrology chart and can make sense of all of this, they are worth every penny.
Right.
Because they have studied really hard. And I have this really great book that I really read through it almost like a textbook.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was taking a class.
Right.
Trying to get a better understanding of it.
I was thinking that I might honestly go back and pay Shanae
to do it
for me, because
girl, that's what I was thinking.
She offers it, and just the amount of time that it took me to get through the first part of her workshop, I was like, I want to know more about astrology, but I feel like it'll take me years to get to the level to fully understand my full birth chart.
Right. And that's kind of what I gathered from this is I think I'm going to need to do a ton more research.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to probably have to invest in a lot more books.
Yeah.
A lot more information. And maybe it might just be better if I pay someone to do it.
Right. Because the other part of it is, and I didn't talk about this in my episode, but when it got down to figuring out my house rulers, the way that you do it, I did it wrong the first time. So, I calculated all my house rulers incorrectly, and then it was leading me to conclusions that didn't make sense.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, when I would ask Copilot, it would be confused because my chart isn't matching up with what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So I had to, completely restart, and, I did finally end up getting it right, but it fucks you all up if you do something wrong here and you calculate it incorrectly. That's where my worry is I'm going to calculate this part incorrectly, and now all the data that I'm putting together for the next however long based off of incorrect data to begin with.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it might be worth it to...
I think so too. This is a lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the website definitely gives you a lot of information, especially for being free information.
Yeah.
It's an incredible amount of information.
It is.
That they give you. It was tricky to find, I was able to find my printout and the picture of my chart, but I couldn't find the information. You had to help me because you had to go somewhere special.
Yeah, it's you had to go to horoscopes, and then it's a drop-down menu, and then it's personal portrait, I think it's called.
I think, yeah, you may be right. So you want to go, yep, you're right, under personality, personal portrait.
Okay.
And that is what will give you the printout of everything. So for mine, it tells me the sun and moon in Cancer, ascendant to Taurus, Venus in the 3rd house.
So your sun and moon are the same?
Yeah.
Your Cancer and Cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it says you were born with both the sun and the moon in the sign of Cancer.
Oh, okay. So those planetary placements are in Cancer in your chart.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like the physical moon and sun were in that zone of the sky.
Okay. This combination makes you a very sensitive person whose essence lies in satisfying your desire for pleasure. You are good-natured, eager to be of service, and very attached to family life and domestic possessions. I feel this is pretty accurate. I am a Cancer, and I am a very sensitive person.
Yeah.
But I have a hard shell, and I don't let people see how sensitive I am.
Right.
And I think that is really a trauma response.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that.
Well, and the other thing, too, is you are an empath.
Yeah.
And so, like, you are sensitive in that, like, aspect as well. So that might kind of contribute to the hard shell. Like, you needed to.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You are strongly influenced by your environment and are hypersensitive in perceiving sounds, sights, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, did I ever tell you about... I went to therapy a long time ago. I've gone to therapy like 3 different times for different reasons. Maybe it's been like 4 now, but whatever. Go as much as you fucking need, right?
Yeah.
So I went once when I was a young girl, and that's when my mom would listen in, and then I would get my ass chewed out on the way home. So then I didn't do it for a long time. And then I went back because something had happened and I needed to go to a therapist. And when I was talking to this therapist, I was telling them how I felt that I was an empath, that I could feel things. And the therapist was like, there's no such thing as that. That's a made-up thing. Then I was like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean it's not a thing?
Right.
Like, but, so then I was kind of like turned off because of this therapist. And I only went like a couple more times and I didn't go. And then I tried to find a different one. And then I was like, well, how can you tell someone... Unless they really firmly believe there was no such thing as an empath, but how could you not?
As a, like, psychiatrist or, like, a talk therapist, that's the whole reason you're here, is because you know that there's so much more going on with the mind and feeling. And
yeah, but she said that's not a real thing.
Wow.
And I'm like, what do you mean it's not a real thing? That's not a real characteristic of what a person is.
Bullshit.
That moment will always stick in my mind, because then I was like, well, God, like, here's this professional telling me that's not a thing, but yet I feel this way. Mm-hmm. And all the other stuff that I'm reading, other people feel this way. And there's all this information out here, but yet a psychiatrist is telling me that it's not.
Right.
So it's kind of confusing, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the issue with therapy and psychiatry is, like, there are good doctors and bad doctors.
Sure.
And I think a lot of them, they get so caught up in their own view on things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how I felt. And
that you can't, like, be unbiased when you're treating your patients then.
Right.
You know?
Right. Because I was, at that time, trying to explain how I could feel, like, other people's energies. I don't think I was quite explaining it like that, like the words and the verbiage we use now.
Yeah.
Because it's not something as common to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even remember how I was explaining it, and they're just like, no, it's not a real thing. And I was like, okay. So now they're going to claim, like, I'm crazy and try to put me on some meds.
Like, just start off being dismissive. That's great.
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I only went, like, a couple more times. And then the couple more times that I went, I didn't feel like I could talk to them about anything, because you're already dismissive of something that I feel and that I think, which I think was a negative response. So why would I tell you any of my other deep, dark secrets?
Yeah.
Why would I tell you anything?
Yeah. It's like Nancy from Stranger Things. I don't trust doctors who smoke. You can call me sweetheart.
Yeah! Fucking love Nancy. But yeah, so that's always, like, really sat with me, because I've always known I'm super sensitive, and to have someone tell me, like, no, you're not.
Yeah,
that's not a real
thing. That's
thing.
one of the first things that I, like, knew for sure about you.
Yeah.
Was that you definitely, like, you absorb other people's energies.
I do. And I think, too, being influenced by my environment, when I first read it, I felt like it was negative. Like I don't try to let people influence me. But yet, if I'm with someone that's having a good time, enjoying themselves, I feel that energy.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time and enjoying myself. So, yes, I am influenced by my environment.
Mm-hmm.
At first, when I read it, I thought it was negative. Like, oh, you're influenced by other people. Like, I don't have a spine or something. And I was like, no. I don't think what it's saying. It's just saying you're influenced by other people's energy around you.
Yeah, well,
right?
It's just what's going on around you, even, because, like, when you come back home, like, you're alone, but you might not have anybody here to absorb energy from, but just being in your home makes you feel like a certain thing, you know? Like, you are, like, feeding on the energy from your own home as well. So I think, like, environment's definitely more than just the people around you.
Right.
You know, I think it has a lot to do with your location and,
Absolutely.
and what's going on in that location in the moment.
And this saying, because I am definitely like a homebody. Mm-hmm. When it said you're attached to family life and domestic possessions.
Yeah.
I am definitely a homebody.
Yeah.
I love coming home.
Mm-hmm.
I love being around my things.
I know.
You know?
I feel you on that.
Yeah. I like my books. I love my collections. And it gives me great joy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and like for me, like I noticed, like, now that I changed my bedroom, I think I did it like 6 months ago or something. Mm-hmm. But I painted the walls dark. I put up like fake plants and stuff, and like I have my altar and my candles. I'm telling you right now, I could stay in my room.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me so happy to be in there.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's like just so me.
Yeah.
Everywhere I look.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So that's,
I totally understand it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love traveling and going on vacation, but there's something about when you come back to your house, you're like, oh, this is home.
Yep.
It feels good, right?
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I love that feeling.
Me too.
Yeah.
Especially when you're coming back to a clean house. It's like,
And I am one of those neurotic people that absolutely cleans my house top to bottom before I go.
Yeah.
All the laundry's done, the floors are mopped, like everything. So that way I can come home and there's not a damn thing wrong that needs to be done.
Fuck yeah.
At the time of my birth, the zodiac sign of Taurus was ascending on the horizon.
Okay.
Its ruler Venus is located in the 3rd house. This is where all the jargon really gets to me. Because I don't know. It says Taurus is the 2nd sign of the zodiac belt. And within its rulership, there are determination, common sense, possessiveness, and the tendency to seek material wealth. Determination, yeah. Common sense, fuck yeah. Possessiveness, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. You've never struck me as a possessive person.
No. And the tendency to seek material wealth.
Or maybe that goes back to just like having all of your things.
Possessiveness, like maybe
like
my collections, maybe.
Yeah.
But when you say it like possessiveness, it sounds like
sounds so
aggressive
negative,
and
yeah.
negative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like,
Right. Like, you can't be friends with that person. You're my friend.
Yeah. And I'm not. I've never been like,
right.
Oh, cool, you guys know each other even fucking better.
Right.
You know? Like, yeah, I've never been that kind of person. I don't...
No, but just because it says the material wealth part afterwards, like, and earlier when it said about your domestic possessions.
Right.
Like
I could see that.
Yeah.
It's probably why I like thrifting so much, too. It's finding treasures and, you know, I don't know. Yeah. You appear as a solid, secure, even slow person, fond of moving along tangible lines, disliking abstract speculation. You are loyal and steadfast in your affections, which I know is absolutely true. I am such a loyal person. And to me, the times that I have been hurt the most, it's because I remain loyal to someone who wasn't loyal to me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I was betrayed by someone that I was loyal to. Mm-hmm. You exhibit much patience when dealing with other people. I mean, I feel like that... I feel like, I mean, I was in the service industry like my whole life. I was a bartender for 20 years. I feel like that is probably true. I was patient when I dealt with people. No, that is
absolutely true. I'm only laughing because
of our conversation earlier. And that's why when I read this, my first thought was, the fuck I am. But that's now.
Yeah.
I would have to say for the past 50 years, I was cool.
Absolutely.
Now, not so much. Tons of changing for this lady.
Right.
It says you are a sensuous person who likes to indulge in healthful but always pleasurable activities. In spite of this, however, you have a tremendous capacity for exercising both willpower and physical strength. A major difficulty you encounter in life is due to your inflexibility. Once you have made up your mind, you are closed to all other suggestions and opinions.
Wow.
And I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I am very much a person that once you've pissed me off, you've pissed me off. And there's no coming back.
Right.
Because I don't lie to people I care about. I don't treat people I care about like shit. And the minute someone does to me, I'm done.
Yeah, because it goes
and I'm
back
so
to,
okay saying I'm done.
Right, like,
you know,
holding others to the same standard that you hold yourself.
Exactly.
Like if someone is not meeting that, then why would I want to be a part of their life?
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I do realize that it's kind of like negative when it comes to like forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
You know?
Well, the other thing that I was thinking about when you read that statement is, like, this journey that we've been on. Mm-hmm. And, like, you very much are, like, a skeptical person, you know? And you tend to push back on the more wild speculations, you know? The more abstract speculations.
I enjoy them.
Oh, absolutely. But I think, like, the whole inflexibility part of it, like, is something that you're more shedding.
Right.
Like, because now you've opened your mind to, okay, maybe there is more out there than I had previously thought, or maybe there is more to life than what I grew up knowing. Mm-hmm. And so I think that you're probably shedding that as you're getting older.
That's what I think. As I'm getting older, as just doing this, the amount of topics that we cover and talk about definitely have changed my opinions about things. And it's been crazy, this journey. I can't wait until we like recap on our journey, because I have lots of things that I want to talk about.
So teaser, guys, you can look forward to that coming. We're almost done with season 1.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting. We've done,
we're almost a year in.
And we have not strangled each other, so this is working. You are ambitious, but in satisfying your ambition, you attempt more than is possible for you.
Okay.
So I could see that, like, taking on too much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Causing burnout.
Mm-hmm. You are generous, kind, sympathetic, and the delight of anyone seeking a contribution to a fundraising campaign, since you have a soft touch. You are too open with your private or classified information. You need to try to be more conservative and serious. This is something I strongly disagree with.
Yeah.
That was another thing where I was like, what? Because you know me. I don't talk about my private life.
And like at all.
At all. I don't. It's my business. I know that we definitely choose things that we like to put out on our podcast, but even so, like, us being friends, we've known each other for a good amount of time, and I think this journey has really opened up me sharing more things with you.
Yeah.
I come from that family dynamic that you just don't talk about stuff.
Right.
Like, if it's not kind and not pleasant, you don't talk about it.
Right.
Right? And I also, it's a form of protection about me, for me too, is I don't want to talk about something that makes me sad or makes me uncomfortable.
Right.
Because what's the point? What is it serving you to know that I have other brothers? Is that going to affect our relationship?
Right. No.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that I'm lying to you or withholding to you. I just choose not to talk about it.
Right.
But if you came to me and said, how many siblings do you have? I would tell you.
Right.
You know, I'm not a person that I divulge information just openly.
Right.
Like, you have to know me to know my stuff.
Right.
Because I am such a private person.
Right. Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I get that. Like, there's things that, like, I've never told anybody.
Sure.
Including my best friends and husband, you know? And it's just kind of is the way that it is. For most things, I'm a pretty much open book, you know, but...
I like to think I am, but I'm realizing with this journey, too, that there's a lot of things that I just don't talk about.
Right, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I forget that I don't talk about certain things.
Right.
You know? Until it comes up in conversation.
Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Right. Because, like, I was thinking, I guarantee you, if I had talked to you about, like, my issues that I have with my brother, I don't speak to any of my brothers. But, like, if I had opened up to you about my issues with that, because I do have issues with that, but it just never came up. Like, maybe then I would have learned that you had a brother.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, stuff
yeah,
like
and
that.
I don't think I knew about your brothers until later in our friendship, too.
Yeah.
When you opened up more about that dynamic. And,
right.
You know? So, to me, I felt like this was extremely inaccurate.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a guarded person. And two, I was a bartender for a really long time. And, you know, I would have to say in the early 2000s, there started to be Facebook more.
Yeah.
And people would all the time, like, try to friend request me. And then they would come into the bar and I'd be like, oh, no, just friend request the bar.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want these strangers seeing pictures of my kid or knowing about my life.
Right.
You know, like, I'm
like,
so private that it's hard to let new people in for me.
Yeah. Like, the amount of time that you worked at, like, the bar is probably why you, like, yes, you are a very guarded person, but you do not come off as a guarded person.
Right. Like, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody.
Right.
I'm not afraid to interact with anybody. But when it comes to deeply personal things, I can tell you that 90% of the people that know me have no idea.
Yeah.
Half of what my life is like.
Right.
Like, just because I don't talk about that. Like... And being a bartender, for one, you didn't want to have deep fucking conversations while you're drinking.
Like, so you're very outgoing. You can have a conversation with anybody.
But we're talking about music or movies or vacations or playing fucking drinking games. We ain't talking about how shitty my childhood was.
Right.
You know, no one would have came back on my shift if that's what
you're know? Like, you're supposed to be the therapist bartender.
You know? So I definitely know much more about other people than they truly know about me.
Right.
I mean, I think that most of them could just know my basic integrity. But but that part I was like, oh, this ain't accurate.
Right.
But this could be accurate for someone else born at this exact day and time had they maybe not had a shitty childhood.
I was going to say, like, your trauma probably compacted it or, you know, made it so that you couldn't be that way. And maybe that's, if you hadn't gone through what you have, maybe you would be more like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sucks how much your fucking parents can fuck up everything for you, right?
Yeah. It's a big responsibility.
Yep.
I hope I don't fuck my kids up.
You know, I used to, like, stress a lot about that, like, my daughter growing up. Because I didn't have a great childhood. But doing my bare minimum was better than...
Yeah. Than what you got as a child.
What I got, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter never once went to bed hungry.
Right.
Never once had to worry about what she was going to eat. So definitely some of these things, I think would be different had my life played out a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But I definitely think I am going to reach out to Shanae about, because it's like, this gives me information. The sun is in my 3rd house. Venus is in the 3rd house. And Saturn is my 4th house. But what the hell does all that mean?
Right.
You know?
So, in that book, I know you can find, like, what each house is.
Yeah.
We kind of touched on it in my episode. I can't remember off the top of my head what number 3 is.
The third house is associated with Gemini, siblings, neighbors, communications, and short distance travel.
Okay.
So that's your third house.
So that's your third house. So then you can look at, I don't know if it'll be in that book, but you could Google or ask your ChatGPT or Copilot, like, what, in astrology, what can I figure out from the planetary position of the sun?
Okay.
And then it'll tell you, like, what does the sun represent? And you can take the things that it says the sun represents and say, okay, this is the placement of it. So in my third house, how can I take these things here that the sun represents, and how do I apply them to the things that are in the... What was the third house again?
The third house is siblings, neighbors, communication, and short distance travel.
Okay, so, like, the placement of the sun in your third house, whatever it says about that planet is going to be applicable to your siblings and all that stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it says, your mind strives for glory, social success, honors, power, and elevation by means of intellectual understanding.
Yeah.
The path for the realization of fame, honor, nobility, and advancement lies through study, communication, and self-expression. Your views about life are optimistic, self-assured, kind, and generous. And I agree with this in the sense that, man, if I ever won the lottery, I would go back to college.
Yeah.
I would get, like, another degree in something. I would be a lifelong learner if I had a disposable income where I could keep going back to school. Absolutely.
Yeah, and, like, not only going back to college, because I've thought about that too, going back to college, but even, like, traveling and going to see I have so many different, like, historical places that I want to see
too.
and, like, learn more about and, like, stuff like that, different cultures and
then it also gave me, like, my planetary positions, and then I think it broke down my house positions. Ascendant, that's your first house, right?
Your ascendant is your rising.
See, then your rising is, so is there...
So your rising is a Cancer.
It says ascendant is Taurus.
Taurus.
Yeah. It says second house Gemini, third house Cancer, Imam Coli.
So, your moon was a Cancer. That's what it said. Your moon was a Cancer.
You were born with both the sun and the moon in the sign of Cancer.
So then I believe you are
a Taurus? This is super confusing for me, man.
Yeah, God, now I can't remember how
I really think I'm going to pay someone to...
Wait. Oh, this is how. Okay, so your rising sign is a Taurus, your sun sign is a Cancer, and then your moon sign is a Cancer.
Okay.
So those are the three big ones.
What is this? This is the fourth house?
Yeah. I'm not sure why it does that.
Okay.
With everyone, but
because then that would be 7.
Yep. And that's 10.
Okay.
I have no idea why.
That's
but yeah, so the ascendant is... How does it figure that out? That was the part that took me forever.
Identity, how you appear to others and your initial response to challenges.
Yes. So remember when we were talking with Shanae and I think she said she was a Leo rising.
Okay.
But it's like it was driving people away from her because that was what their first impression of her was.
Right.
They were getting that, like, the first impression of her, but not who she actually is.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I think I'm pretty book smart as well, street smart. Mm-hmm. But this is...
Streets.
This is... It's a lot.
It is.
So I'm going to read you a couple things that I actually found in the book. I flagged that I thought really, really spoke to me here.
Okay.
So this is based on the book My Cancer Personality Okay? Ruled by the moon, your ever-changing moods reflect the lunar cycles as they wax and they wane. In astrology, the moon represents your emotions, instincts, and reactions, and with your sun in the moon's territory, your feelings are magnified. The crab is a zodiac symbol depicting your tough outer personality, protecting and hiding the softer, more vulnerable inner you.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You appear well organized and quietly confident, like the captain of a ship in charge of everyone on board. You don't need or want to be the center of attention, which is something I hate, being the center of attention. I definitely know about being the captain of the ship, because being a bartender, you got to make sure everybody's having a good time.
Yep.
But I hated being the center of attention.
Yeah.
It always makes me feel awkward. Like,
I feel ya. Did you see my post?
What?
From the other day?
God,
how did I word it? It was something along the lines of, like, nothing like having to present to your in front of your whole company to remind you that you might seem professional, but you're really just a bumbling fucking idiot.
Yeah, I did see that.
I hate it.
It's so hard when you're presenting, because you're usually standing
so
up,
nervous,
and all eyes are on you, and it's awful.
Yep.
Nobody likes it. I don't think. And you know what's so funny is, like, if you ever see interviews with actors and actresses, even musicians, that talk about they have stage fright.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's crazy when you're in the field you are in.
Yeah.
But even they get, like, butterflies when they have to talk in front of people. And,
right.
you know, like, so it's a normal human behavior.
Yeah.
It says, you know what you're doing, and you're a private person who just wants to be left alone to get on with things. This is me.
Yeah.
This is me. That's why I felt like when it comes to the thing that I got from the astro.com, I need that a little better analyzed, because I don't think it truly is that accurate. Your kindly, firm, maternal manner garners trust from the people around you, who instinctively understand that you're looking out for them and are happy for you to take control. You can be a little shy and even standoffish with people you don't know. But that's just because you're such a giving person. People need to earn your trust before you reveal what a sensitive soul you are inside.
Yeah. That fits you.
Yeah, this is absolutely, and I mean, we just talked about this, like, you know, you have to know me for a long time before I actually start divulging private things, you know. It would drain your mental and emotional energy to invite just anyone under your shell. Over the years, the people closest to you appreciate that you take your time to break new ground, and they give you a bit more time and space to get used to new people and situations. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Your confidence in people has probably been hard won. From an early age, you may have been criticized for being oversensitive.
Yeah.
Too touchy or overreactive, and been told you need to toughen up or live in the real world. As a result, you build a shell, a protective wall around your heart, which makes well as a defense from an uncaring and unpredictable world. Like a lighthouse in a storm, you stand firm and strong in the toughest conditions. Your emotions may be an internal state of fluctuation and agitation, but your values, desires, and ambitions remain unchanged.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That is.
I'm like, holy cow.
Is there a spot in there where it says, I think it would be in
my book?
Yeah. So you're on Cancer?
Yeah.
You're reading about towards the end a little bit, does it talk about the Cancer with the different moons?
Yeah, it says Cancer with Cancer moon.
Yeah.
I have that flagged.
Okay, cool. Because I was curious what that has to say.
I can skip to that. So this says, Cancer with Cancer moon, you're a new moon baby, born with the sun and moon were passing through the same sign of the zodiac. This doubling of the zodiac energies strengthens the personality traits of the sign. Intuitive to a fault, your impression of others borders on psychic. You're deeply sensitive. That's so funny because I very much a person, like my first impression of you, it's very hard to change.
Right.
And I try not to don't judge a book by its cover. But if someone approaches me or interacts with me like aggressively or rudely the first time I even talk to them,
that's pretty much the end of that.
That's the end of that.
Yeah.
Like, to me, you're rude and
Right.
you're aggressive. And I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I play in a cribbage league and there's a couple and the guy is very much like pounds his hand on the table and then he'll turn and like sit like open leg to you. Like to me that's very aggressive.
Yeah.
Like you're mansplaining, like why do you have to sit like that towards me? It's like a way to make him seem bigger.
Yes.
You know, like
mm-hmm.
and I hate it.
Yeah.
And because of that, I dislike him. And the last time we had to play them, I was like, if that motherfucker opens his legs, I'm going to say something. Because I can, you know, like, why can't I just sit like someone else? But he's got to open it up.
Because he's trying to intimidate you.
He is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then he'll, as you're dealing, like, you know, slam on the table. It's like, why do you have to do that? Like, he's, I mean, really just trying to intimidate you.
Yeah.
And I can't fucking stand it.
So annoying.
I can't stand it.
Those are the types of people that, like, make me want to take them down a peg.
Yes. And I really want to say to his girlfriend or wife or whatever, like, are you really okay?
Right?
Do you, like...
Blink twice if I need to call 911.
Yes. And I hate that about me, though, because then, like, when we had to play that, I'm like, oh, this fucker. And then it gets me in this mood where I'm just already agitated because I feel like it's going to already annoy me and be confrontational. And then we played them, and we had, like, the nicest time ever. And I'm like, God damn it, it's so hard to get over that aggressiveness in the beginning for me. Yeah. Because I judge you based on our first interaction. Yeah. And, you know?
I have, so for me, that's one for me. And the other one is, like, the fake nice. Like, there's one girl at darts I very much dread to play against their team because of her specifically, because I fucking can't stand, like, just that fakeness, like, playing in my fucking face, but then you're over here talking shit, right? You know?
Yeah, and
or like,
hello, ladies, we know which ones you are. Yeah,
like it's always you're always such a formidable force every time we play you, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like, why can't you just say, good darts?
Yeah, like, good job. It was awesome playing with you.
Yeah, but you have to say it like that, and she says it with that tone. Yeah. And for me, it's just a fucking no. Yeah. Like,
you're like, oh, no, we are not fucking doing this.
So I have a hard time even, like, playing nice with her, you know? Right. And it makes me dread going. Because then I know that I'm going to sit there, I'm going to be fucking irritated every time I have to hear this bitch cackle.
Yes. I have been trying myself really hard to not let those moments get to me. Yeah. And been doing it for like a good 2 months now is I have been doing those daily affirmations. And so even now, like, so I do them right away when I wake up in the morning. And then, like, if I come home and I'm going to go back out again, I say them again. Yeah. So I try to get myself in that positive mindset. Yeah. Because I feel like when I walk in with that energy, like, they're going to piss me off.
Yeah, then
I'm already, like, moody, and then it
kind
just...
of perpetrated a little bit, yeah.
And then I let this dick win. Right. Because now he's changed my mood, and he hasn't even spoke to me yet. Right. Because I'm at home thinking about how much I hate him. Yeah. Right?
Like, my thing is, if it starts to affect my darts, then it's like, now I know that I'm allowing her to have too much power. Yes. Because now it's affecting my game. Right. You know? Like, and sometimes I can pull it the opposite way and be like, God, she's so annoying, I just need to beat her ass. You know? And like, in darts, not in person.
Right, for sure. I know what you meant. But that goes back to saying it's hard for me to change my mind once I made up my mind. Because this dude's a fucking dick, you know? Like, I can't stand him. So, now that I have to play him, but we had a really nice time the last time we played. So it's like, oh, so maybe I could give someone a second chance. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
But I just don't like his mannerisms and, like, that whole tough guy.
Right.
Trying to intimidate. Like, no.
Well,
don't.
the other thing is, like, it gets difficult when, like, liquor is involved. Because then it's, like... And it's not an excuse at all.
No.
But, like, I know
But
people...
it makes it tricky.
Yeah, I know people who are, like, nice as pie when they're sober.
Oh, sure.
But then, like, 3-4 drinks in, they start being a fucking douchebag. And it's like, okay... No, we're not. This also is not cool.
Right.
Like,
yeah. And I've said this so much being a bartender is I have seen people at their best and I have seen them at their absolute worst.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I've seen it all. And it could have been the same fucking night, too.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, I've definitely seen it all. When somebody you care about says or does something thoughtless, you can take it quite personally. This is very true.
Yeah.
This is very true. That other people don't always mean what they say is probably one of the hardest lessons I have to learn.
Yeah.
When you're challenged or feel threatened, you can come across as a really tough cookie. You retreat into your shell and can appear quite aggressive, but you're only protecting your soft-hearted, loving, and quite vulnerable heart. It takes time for you to trust people, but when you do decide to take off your armor, they meet a deeply kind and generous person. Which I totally agree with.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't agree with necessarily aggressive, but, like, outspoken.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like if someone hurts you, you very much will be like, dude, that hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I probably wouldn't say it that nicely.
No,
but but yeah, I definitely... And, you know, that's a big thing for me, too, is, like, even in relationship, you know, like, if you hurt me, I have the right to tell you how much you hurt me. Even if you don't want to hear it.
Right.
Like,
even if you don't want to hear it, I'm going to tell you anyway.
I'm going to tell you anyway. A couple more things I'm going to read, too, and then we'll wrap it up. So, a Cancer child. Super sensitive and prone to quick changes in mood, lunar-ruled babies often pick up on energies around them without realizing what they're doing. Once reassured by their parents, they feel safe and secure, eager to learn and play. They're extremely curious, but can get overwhelmed in chaotic, noisy situations. These creative little souls prefer making cakes, drawing, or playing dress-up to rough and tumble adventures. And I thought this was interesting only because, once again, it talks about how intuitive.
Yeah, and the other part that struck me too is the term lunar ruled. Because I never really realized Cancer was like the moon sign. And so you're, not only are you a Cancer sun, but you're a Cancer moon. So you're like triple ruled.
Right?
Triple lunar ruled.
I don't know. I'm telling you, like, I really think that I want to take, like, a class on, like, mediumship or a psychic intuition or something. Like, I feel like I need that. I remember telling my best friend, I said, I need to start trusting my gut more. Because I hear it and I feel it and I don't do it. I still do with whatever goes with the flow.
Yeah.
And then after it's done, I think back, I should have trusted my gut. I said, I have to do that more. I have to. And I've been trying it. I don't do it as much as I should, but I've been trying it to where, like, especially in uncomfortable situations, like, no, I'm done with this. I'm going to go. Yeah. And normally I would hang in tough there for everybody else and not feel great being there or whatever, but no, I can go if I don't feel comfortable. You know, I don't have to go anywhere that I don't want to be, or, you know. Right. So I've been trying to be more, like, if something just doesn't feel right, then don't do it, you know. The reason I would like to take, like, a class on, like, some mediumship or something, because I've been, like, having, like, panic attacks lately, but I don't know if it's because I'm supposed to be in tune to something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm having it because it's like a legit panic attack, or if it's because I'm ignoring something that's coming to me
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know that might sound
Absolutely.
super weird. Last week I was at work and I don't know, all of a sudden I just can't, I was super overwhelmed. Like this whole sense of dread just came over me.
Yeah.
Like no one said anything to me. I didn't get like a weird text, didn't have a weird message. Nothing would have, but all of a sudden
it, yeah.
I just felt like this overwhelming sense of dread.
Mm-hmm.
And then automatically when I feel that way, the part of me that triggers like, oh, something bad's going to happen. Someone's going to give me bad news. That's what I think automatically.
Yeah.
But then this sense of dread wouldn't go away to the point where like, you've had panic attacks, right?
I have.
So
yeah.
I had my first one probably about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And my body felt like it was vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real shitty feeling, you know.
Yeah.
It's such an uncontrollable feeling.
Yeah.
But it literally felt like my body was vibrating, and I couldn't control it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just feel panicked.
That's when the breathing.
And you're scared.
The breathing starts, and the not being able to breathe or catch your breath.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting at my desk where I'm starting to feel that like vibration. I think about like if nothing like triggered it to onset it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes me think that I should be receiving some kind of information.
It could be that, but it also could be your body's response to you opening your mind. Also, because when it comes to like panic attacks,
at that random time,
they almost always come at random times. Almost always. It's not usually. It has very little to do with what's happening to you right there at that moment, and it has a lot more to do with what has happened in other points in your life.
Okay.
Especially if you've been thinking about them a lot more recently.
Maybe.
It can happen.
That would make sense.
Or like, you know, this journey that we're on is really overwhelming as well. Like, it could also be like a combination of things from, you know, having all this responsibility at work, going through all this with the podcasts, you know, all that stuff with your family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all of that stuff is like piling on you, and but your mind doesn't know it.
Right.
So it's like, it's almost like a reminder, like for me, I've always thought of it as like a early warning sign that I'm burning myself out.
Yeah. I could see that.
Or that I'm suppressing things. That's, for me, I bottle things up and then pretend like they don't exist. And then...
Yeah, that's the story of my life.
Yes. And so then I just lose it.
Yeah, and I think...
At like the most inopportune times.
Yeah,
usually.
and sitting at my desk at work where I'm like, shit, I should probably excuse myself to go to the bathroom for a little bit. Cause I felt so just overwhelmed with dread. And even to the point, like, my day ended, like, I got in my car and drove home and, like, cried my whole way home. I don't know what I was crying about.
Right.
And a lot of this I can blame on fucking menopause, but something happened. Like, something, like, made me feel this way. But I'd be curious to take a mediumship class or something.
Yeah, because that is the other thing is when it comes to those kinds of feelings, those are the same, the panic attack feelings are the same feelings you get when you need to trust your gut.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's difficult to tell. And like,
yeah,
there's been situations where I've had feelings like that and something bad has happened. Maybe not to me or somebody in my immediate family, but an extended family member or a friend or a friend's family member has things like that. And
I know, I can tell you, the day that my mom died, I knew right when she died. I knew it. Mm-hmm. That morning I woke up and I didn't feel well. And I felt not like sick, but just off.
Yeah.
Like my vibration was different.
Yep.
And I knew today's going to be the day. Like, I knew it. And I, once again, like, got overwhelmingly sad. And then I had found out that she passed away. And I was like, I knew. Probably to the half hour that it happened. I knew that it happened. But I think that there is something to be said. So much of this talks about intuition and, you know, I just think it's something that I definitely should explore. Yeah. I remember that I might even still have it, a book about psychic abilities, because it was the only book I could find, like, way back in the 90s about
I'm going to give you this book that I started reading. It's about mediumship, and it's called Signs. It's a book written by a medium.
Okay.
I can't remember her name, but I started it, and I really like it. But it's one of those, I'll read a little bit here and there when I'm in the right mood. Because I'm primarily, fiction is my go-to. I want to read fiction, something to get me out of my reality and into somebody else's.
Right.
But it's a good book, and you can borrow it. She talks about, like, how people don't always recognize all the signs of there being a spirit universe and stuff like that. And people might not always catch the signs that they're getting from ancestors. And she talks about, there's one person who, like, I think she was consulting for them, and, like, it was like little snippets of things that she had gotten before she even met this person, that now that this person was telling her about their family member, she was making sense of them. And, like, yeah, like, it's pretty cool.
So I saw somewhere where, I don't know if it's like I saw it or read it, but whoever said that every single human being has intuition in them.
They do,
it's only certain people know how to listen to it and use it. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Because most people don't realize your body tells you when something isn't right.
Right.
But they might not always recognize that that's what's happening.
Right.
And if you're not tapped into some of the shit that we've been talking about over the last year, I think it's really difficult to find that.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You just hear other people talking about this intuition, but no, I think it goes back to even, like, being a witch. Anybody has the capability of accessing that power. It's just whether or not they can get there.
Right.
You know? So,
yeah.
But
yeah.
I want to encourage you to look into the Morris Pratt Institute.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's once
I have the booklet. I can bring the booklet next time are you coming over Sunday? So
yeah.
Can give it
but
to you
that's
then.
something I'm like, I might consider, depending on what the pricing is like, you know, only because I'm obviously not a millionaire yet.
Right. And I don't think we're getting any financial aid for that.
Yeah. Probably. I think my financial aid days are fucking tapped out, man.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing left in that well for me.
Right.
But, and I certainly do not want to take out another student loan.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, it's something that, once again, if I won the lottery, I would be on it.
Fuck yeah.
I would absolutely be on it. But it's something that more and more I think about, to where I'm like, I think that it would be a good investment for myself.
Yeah.
And a good experience for myself.
The other thing...
But it all depends on what it involves, too.
It was, what, like $1,000 to do that course?
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. But it's a year long.
Yeah.
So it's not that much over, like, 12 months.
No, it's not.
But you have to pay. It's a big upfront investment.
Yes, it is.
Like,
and that's what I need to look at. Like, what reputable place has a smaller beginner course first to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
And then maybe step up to bigger courses or, you know, levels or whatever. Because that's really hard to be like, yeah, I'm going to pay $1,000.
Absolutely.
That's a huge chunk of money that I could think of 10 other things that I could spend that on.
Well, and that's, I mean, shit, after we did their spring equinox thing, we were both like, fuck yeah, let's do this course. And then we saw the cost and we're like, oh.
Yeah. I guarantee it's worth every penny.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure
but
it is.
I don't have that disposable income where I could do that.
We live paycheck to paycheck over here.
Right? Fucking unfortunately. God, when is that ever going to change? And it's too late for me to marry rich.
Yeah.
Things aren't as firm as they used to be.
Sarah says all the time, like, to Chelsea and Gabby, because they're both still, like, so Chelsea has a boyfriend, but, she's not married.
Yeah.
And Sarah's like, Gabby, you're our last chance to marry somebody rich.
Right.
Like, we all need one of us to marry a rich person.
Right.
So that we can all live vicariously through that person. Just take us out on the boat, man. That's all we ask.
That's all we want. A summer vacation here and
there.
there.
Let's go to Tahiti.
Oh gosh, that's funny. All right, so I have 2 more things that I would like to tell you about when it comes to my Cancer things. 2 more things that I have flagged. 1, the activities and relaxation section.
Okay.
You just like feeling uncomfortable. So getting sweaty and breathless isn't your thing.
Yeah.
And aggressive forms of exercise disturb your equilibrium. Gentler forms of physical action such as yoga.
Oh, I was just thinking about goat yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was literally thinking that's the most activity that I'm down for. Is yoga. Goat yoga.
Dancing and swimming. I love the water.
Mm-hmm.
Soothe your nerves and help you coordinate your physical and emotional energies. And I need to get back into yoga, but I love yoga as well, which is spot on for me. Being near water relaxes you almost as much as swimming in it.
Yep.
I could be in water all day long.
Yeah.
A walk along a beach or a stroll by a river soothes your water-ruled constitution in a magical manner. You're a sensual person, and the gentle rhythm of the waves just feels right on a very primal level. Your sense of humor also plays a vital role in keeping you upbeat. When you're laughing at life and enjoying yourself, you grab hold of it and refuse to give it up until you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
That was like pretty spot on for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Cancer's preferred places. You travel well. You own fluctuating feelings happily mixed in with the constantly changing landscape. With your family in tow, you'll usually be the person in charge of deciding where to go, when, and how much it goes.
Oh my gosh, and you traveled with your daughter everywhere.
Yeah, I traveled with her. I mean, it was just me and her, so if I wanted to go anywhere, she came with me.
Right.
You know? And yeah, so we traveled everywhere. And now, I mean, like, I travel with my best friend, and I'm usually the one that, like, okay, we're doing this, this, and this. That's probably why she's my best friend, because she'll just do what I tell her. Yeah. She's just along for the ride, really. Right. I'm like, okay, we're doing this, this, and this. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
As a moon-ruled water sign, one of the few things that will tear you away from your beloved home is the prospect of being near a beautiful, watery landscape. Mm-hmm. This is probably why I love to go to beaches so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Picnics on the banks of tranquil lakes, walks along rivers, or traditional seaside holidays near home all float your boat. You prefer well-established, intimate, family-friendly hotels with a personal touch rather than large, new, and soulless establishments. Staying in a personable bed and a bed and breakfast would be perfectly acceptable, as would a house swap option or a cozy old pub that serves tasty home-cooked meals, which is very true. Mm-hmm. I am more country charm than big city. Yeah. For sure. Yep. I mean, there's so many other things, but those ones, like, really stuck out for me. Yeah. And, I mean, this, I definitely am I think I'm going to look into Shanae, because I felt like her analysis of your astrological chart was a reasonably priced thing.
Yeah, I think it was, she said between 300 and 400 is like where she placed what people, like if anybody's charging you more than that, right, don't pay them kind of thing. So yeah. I don't know that I necessarily went in and looked at pricing, but yeah, I mean, I would be interested to go back and explore that for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because there's so much, and I am going to continue to, like, explore astrology, but I feel like I want to know about my chart now. And I want to know that I'm getting the right answers and not what I think are the right answers.
So, exploring your chart tells you about who you are now. What are you hoping, knowing that is like that it's going to help you in the future?
I think that
like meet goals or
definitely with meeting goals, because I can say that going through just the first part of Shanae's workshop, and it was about meeting goals.
Okay.
I found it very helpful. Just the little bit of knowledge that I gained, like this planet is in this house, so that means I can use this kind of energy to set goals in these types of situations, financially, or with my marriage, or raising kids, or my career. I think that knowing how your birth chart works is the first step in understanding how the way that the planets are moving today is going to affect me in the future.
Right. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's where you get that being able to be ahead of what's coming.
Right.
You know, so that you can prepare your mind. Or for example, if I know that I'm probably going to be less motivated in my job next month, well then I want to make sure that I do more now. So that I can plan, just little things like that. That is what I feel like astrology, understanding it on the deeper level, can bring you.
Can bring you connections to career and family and financial.
Yeah,
I don't know that I would utilize it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. I think it's very interesting because I feel like quite a few things nail on the head, and I am who I am because of when I was born.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think I would maybe need to have someone professionally do it to explore more.
Yeah.
To know whether I could utilize it in my career.
Yeah.
But in the same time, I feel like if I was going to prioritize things that I thought would be beneficial to me or bring enjoyment to me, I would do the mediumship before I would do the birth chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing...
Because I feel like that might be a little more what I'm needing right now.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. The other thing with the astrology is I've learned from listening to that Eliza Kelly chick on Morbid. She's been on a couple times now. And she did a reading on what the sky looked like over Salem. Like the Salem witch trials. Then she did
that's cool. I didn't hear that episode.
It is so fucking cool.
Okay, I'm going to have to
Then she just came back on and did Stars Over Whitechapel.
Okay.
With Jack the Ripper.
Oh.
And what I am learning from listening to her, I just started following her podcast. I'm going to start looking more into what she has to say. But is that... there are certain things, for example, with the Salem Witch Trials. Mm-hmm. So Elena will give her, an occurrence. Oh, what the hell is the dude's name that... fuck. The one really bad priest that came in. Fuck.
One bad priest?
Well, the first one. He was the one who wrote the Malleus Maleficarum, which is basically the text that was written that says all women are witches.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know his name. Yeah.
Fuck, I can't remember. But so basically she did it so when this guy came to Salem, that day that he arrived, what did the sky look like?
Oh.
Then the first time that they executed somebody, the first witch that was accused, what did the sky look like?
Wow.
And she goes through the whole series of events, and in both of the readings she's read so far, there was something where it was with the Salem one, it was, we are coming back up to a point where all of these things made the perfect storm for this situation to happen. Now today, we're 3 years out from being at that exact same planetary position.
Oh, boy.
So it's that interests me as well.
That scares me a little.
Because it is scarily accurate.
Yeah.
So it's being able to predict... why, for example, the world seems to have gone fucking crazy within, the last decade, I feel
I really think since COVID,
and
it has become insane.
Insane.
Utterly insane.
So, like, being able to, like, point to certain similarities, like, you can kind of prepare yourself for what might come in the future,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah. What is the name of her podcast? I want to look it up. Do you know offhand?
Yeah, once she did the Whitechapel one, too, I was like, this is twice now. I've been, like, mesmerized by these episodes, so I'm following her.
I think, too, like, people are so fucking unpredictable, too. At a whole new level.
Mm-hmm.
All right, did you find the name of it?
I did. So it is Horoscope Weekly Astrology with Eliza Kelly.
Okay, I see it. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening to me and analyze my birth chart.
Yeah. We got our toes dipped in, and
yeah,
maybe we'll have another episode in season 2 about astrology.
Ooh, maybe. You'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. In the meantime, if you have any suggestions on ways that we could learn more without putting in a hell of a lot of effort to find things out overnight, you can send it to hexhavenpodcast@gmail.com.
All right. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you.
See ya.
Bye.